Catus Maximus here, this time with a Buttoneer review. This is a quick application button attachment tool, and this would be for attaching shirt buttons or pants buttons or anything like that, kind of just like these right here. And it uses little plastic attachments. It has these little inserts or little cartridges, and then those little tiny horseshoe-shaped things actually have, if we can get it to focus here, you can see that they have little T's or little, oh, come on, camera. There we go. They have little T's on them. So they're a little horseshoe with like little dumbbells at the end to help them hold in. And so this is obviously not for everybody. I believe it used to be you could only get clear, but now you can get different colored plastic ones. And the plastic on these is actually pretty durable. Not as durable as a properly sewn button, but the idea for this is that it's quick, relatively easy with the right technique. And for people who aren't very good or it's kind of tough for them to sew, it's really a pretty nice alternative, you know, especially with children's clothes or even yourself. I'm kind of a tool guy. I'm terrible at sewing. So these actually work pretty well for attaching buttons. And let me go and demonstrate here. See, I had this shirt and it really had some issues where the buttons the sewing was not properly and they just, you know, had one dangling string and you pull on it and the whole button would fall off. It was actually quite annoying. So here are the original buttons. We're going to use this Buttoneer to reattach them. This thing works pretty well. There's just two sides. It's plastic, but it does have these two kind of hypodermic needles, but they have a little channel in them. That channel is so it can guide the little clip here. And then when you press it, you can see that there are these two posts that run inside those little hypodermic needles. There they are. And the two posts just push those little tabs through until they pop out on the other side of the shirt. The other thing, and I didn't check if they did, is these are like standard length, and sometimes you want to have another smaller button on the back side. So I don't know if they make different length versions of these, but the way this tool is set up, it could take any length whatsoever. You could have a foot-long version of these, and this tool would still work. What's nice is it's pretty intelligent. There's like little detents. I don't even know if you can see them. They're really hard to see. There's little detents on the side. And so when you push this in, it actually kind of snaps into place, which is pretty nice. So it doesn't fall out. And how it works is pretty simple. What you do is you take the button that you're trying to attach, and obviously the pitch, these needles do kind of wobble back and forth, but there appears to be some kind of a standard pitch for buttons. So really large and really small buttons this wouldn't work for. I don't know if they make different sizes. But the trick with this, I mean, it does work pretty well, is you just take it, you align it with a couple of holes. Whoop, I should probably put it this way. Align it with the bottom of the holes. What's nice is you still have the holes where the button was, so you can get it in the right spot. Be careful of your fingers, and you would hold on to the blue part. You really got to be careful of your fingers because it's real easy to poke yourself with it. And the trick is to try to push the fabric down as tight as possible against the face of the tool while not touching the white part, because the white part's the activation handle. So you hold it by the blue part, push the fabric down as tight as you can, and then the real trick with this is you got to put both your your fingernails like that to hold the fabric tight, otherwise it'll push it away. And then I think I did just screw this up. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I did. Oops, sorry for that little oddball edit or cut there. Since I had screwed up on that last one, we'll try it again. It is a little fidgety, but once you press or push in one, all you have to do is just advance the cartridge until it hits the next spot, and either put in your second set that you're, or the second loop that you're intending to do, or as in my case in this review, we're going to try redoing the first one. One thing is if you have this plunger depressed and you push this down, it won't fully seat. I just about made that mistake. So what we want to do here is kind of pull it back out and make sure that it is fully seated. And then we'll just go ahead and try this little operation again. Yeah, make sure I get it in the lower little holes. Whoop! We'll try it. God, I keep on getting out of frame when it's I have a lot of zoom, it's obviously less narrower field of view, so it's much harder to keep it in frame. So we're going to try this again. And this time I've almost found that sometimes it's the way it works. It's easier just to hold it with your fingernails. And this time I'm just going to push with an open hand on the back part instead of squeezing, because when you squeeze sometimes you want to pull it back. But this is always the hardest part about this thing. There, I felt it work that time. You can feel it kind of squeeze through. And then after you've used two, there's only two on the cartridge, you just end up getting another little refill. I don't know what kind of plastic, but you just get another refill and do it again. And we did just do one button there, and that was actually successful. They're not too bad when they're clear. The plastic, I think I said earlier, is pretty durable. And then you can see the two little feet. And this still wasn't absolutely perfect, just because the collar, not perfect, just because the collar is so thick on this shirt. This probably, you can see how thick that is. So this is about the limit of these things. And so sometimes you may have to just fidget with it a little bit just to make sure both the legs are fully retracted like that and above the fabric. And they actually seem to hold on pretty well. So anyway, that was a quick review and demonstration of the Buttoneer. And once you do use proper technique with it, it does work pretty well. It's pretty fast. It's real easy compared to sewing. And they hold on pretty well. So for a cheesy kind of looking product and idea for somebody like me, I actually like it a lot. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody watching and subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to the Catus Maximus channel. Until next time, Catus Maximus out.